Well, it's not fun, it's to me it's fun. Fun stories from where I lived, right over there. I'm going to take you there, and afterwards I'm going on the opposite side of the intersection. I think I nearly knocked my camera out with my finger going the wrong place there. If I did, it's on the right place again. I'm going over there afterwards. There's a little lake in there. It's a very, very nice, it's a nice looking place, but it's not a nice area to live in. I'll tell you about that in a split second. This is called a radiometer or radiometer. Or rather it was. Now it's something else. I'm going down here. This area is what I wanted to talk about. This area is called the Butterhole, or we called it the Butterhole, or the Gypsy Camp. You can see that that's a new house. All these houses were put up on row here when I was a kid or a youngster, and this is the other side of Radiometer. Not my real dad, my mother got married to a guy that worked there his entire life. And I haven't been here for, I can't even say how long. I don't remember the area. That's how long. But I remember these small yellow houses, and this was called Gypsy Camp because a fucking bunch of gypsy lived here, and people like that, and they were stealing with heads, arms and toes. And now it's called Emdrup Park. Well, this is the most interesting part of it, because them stealing with arms and head, arms, legs and feet and toes, and you know what I mean. They're simply just stealing. It looks totally different from when I lived here. Shit. Well, a bad reputed area, and me living on the opposite side. I'll show you in a second where I lived. I think this must be 27, 8 years, 30 years. Oh, let's say close to 30 years ago. I'm not sure. I can't remember. I didn't live here for that long because I had a really bad reputation living here, and that's a part of the story. So these guys were stealing everything. You couldn't have your moped out, you couldn't have your motorcycle out, anything. They just stole fucking everything. Everything they could get in reach of. So my neighbors up in that the place I'm going to show you now were elderly people, and a lot of them drove around on mopeds because they couldn't get around on anything else. At that time we didn't have these electrical scooters and things like that, so they bought an old moped, fixed it up and rode around on it legally. Now I might go down here to explore later, but first this story, because otherwise I'll get a brain fart and forget it. So in my early days I was also riding mopeds, but I was riding illegal mopeds. They were tuned up and going like small motorcycles. And I had this Honda. No, not this one. I had a called a CD50. And my, oh shit, it's changed a lot. So this little Honda I had was a 50cc, And there was an elderly guy living here in that stairway who had his moped stolen from that basement over there, and I lived there. At that time they didn't have these bushes and shrubberies, and everything was open and you could see stuff like that. So I had my moped standing there in that bike. No, actually it was underneath my window. That was my window. And funny thing about that was the guy I lived with had 2 kids. He was from the States, he was from California, and I heard something puzzling outside my window, and I opened my screens and looked out very carefully and saw 2 fellows standing trying to steal my moped. It was quite fast and it was loud. So at that time I was an idiot, a badass. I won't say I was a gang member, but you know the story. So I had guns. I opened my little window, or my little closet, sorry, not my window, my closet. Took out my pump shotgun with 8 shell cartridge holder in it. It was sawed off, and I went straight through the living room where they sat watching E.T. on video. Yeah, video. Funny thing was, I said to the kids, hey, hold your ears, because in a couple of seconds you hear a loud bang, or a couple of them. And they just did it and looked at me, and I took my shotgun, went out to the little balcony, looked at those guys and said, hey, you're missing something. And I took a shot in the air and recharged a new one in the chamber and pointed it at them. One of them just pissed his pants, literally. He pissed his pants. I could smell him shitting his pants too. The other one was gone like, yeah, dew on a hot summer day. Simply just gone. Poof, away. And I laughed a bit, because after that nothing was stolen. I yelled at the guy who pissed his pants, if any one of you ever get from the butthole up here, I'll shoot every fucking one of you. This is private property, get the fuck out. And he didn't move. He didn't ran or anything until I closed the balcony, and he just like scudded away a bit. This is a building that they recently how do you call it, remodeled, made new. It didn't look at all like this. And I don't think they're finished with it yet. I saw a painter walk inside and noticed this is after normal working hours. That's actually a nice looking building. It burned down a while ago, 20 some years ago, and they rebuilt it to look exactly like it did before, just with new windows, new doors and stuff like that. I like the building. Barfoot Group, Ad Pepper. So this is the Ad Pepper, DSL. I don't know what DSL. Oh, you can see the painter dude has his their work car here. So those are the guys working on the building. See if I can get a number. No, they changed the numbers, because the number one was on this side before. The entrance was here somewhere. For those of you who don't know, that's a bicycle path or a bicycle road. As you can see, bicycles use that. Cars are not allowed there, unless they of course are cut off. I can't seem to find a number. Oh, yeah, 28C. So they have Arnesco Scandinavia at Pepper Media and Abbott Laboratories, AbbVie. The AS stands for, how do you call it? In Danish you call it aktieselskab. You portions up the workplace. How do you call it? So you're not a lone holder. You sell off some bits of your company. I don't know what it's called. That's a kitchen. That's a kitchen in the ground floor. I think it's a kitchen all the way up. I don't know. Kitchen made for industrial something. Let's go and have a look. Nice sound. Wow. This is old. This is old. It's a gallery. How do you call it? Workplace, like garages and stuff. This entire area was. How do you say? This entire area was industrial areas. So. And that sign said that I have to be careful. Careful driving. Careful driving. You can see that's the part of the kitchen area too. Big Søndergaard. 26D. So this all have been one interacted Sigma Designs. Holy fuck, Filtenborg. I know a girl named that. One of my schoolmates was called Filtenborg. And we have a very known writer also called Filtenborg. Susanne Filtenborg, I think she's called, if I'm not mistaken. I never read anything that she wrote, but Dyrbæk Søndergaard, Cultural Living, Anders Mosom. I don't know what Anders Mosom is, but it's a company too, some sort. Fuck off. Sorry about that. Technical fuck up. So I think some of this is called add pepper. Pure base. I don't know what pure base is. We care for data. And actually it's illegal for them not to have any numbers on their entrances. Stupid ass. They have numbers over there. 28A. I just didn't see it. In Denmark you have to have numbers on your entrances, because otherwise paramedics can't find their way. And doesn't say anything else than that. Abby Abbott. But I think that entire building is empty. That nobody actually is having anything work related done in there. It's fun because it was closed off in the earlier days. They had a fence over there and a port. You had to go through a checkpoint port. I don't quite remember how it looked in the earlier days. Holy shit. Klosterisvej. Okay, so that was a interesting little trip. Maybe I can get a good picture from here. Hopefully I won't piss anybody off. And it's Sunday, so it's not even open. I am riding around today because I need to relax. Sounds fucking weird when I say it like this, but my daughter... you have to correct me if I'm saying this wrong. We have something called confirmation. Confirmation means that when you're baptized as a child and you're a Christian, then you have an obligation to the church to confirm that you are still a Christian when you reach a specific age or something like that. I'm not all into that Christianity shit. That kind of religion is really not me. But she had a non-formation. She didn't want to confirm that she was a Christian, so a lot of children just have a non-formation instead. And up to this point I had a really hectic month. My wife has stressed me the fuck out, I'm sorry to say. And of course she has, because she needed help for almost everything that she could possibly think of. I don't have anything against that. I'm there for her and my child's help. But it was really stressful. I had migraine attacks. Let's see if we can lure them over here. Nope. Nope. No one's coming. They just warned us in the media, don't go too near them because they are having small ones right now and they'll attack. And we have a Danish stand-up comedian talking about swans and wild geese. They have some kind of weird idea that swans will just... They're really strong and they can break your arm. It's a myth that has been gone on since forever. So this swan will just come swimming in. Look at all this bird shit. Come swinging in. Oh, thank you for not feeding the birds. Yeah, cool. And just go up on dry land and just and break your arm. Hey, fuck off. Oh, look at that guy. Playing all hard. Where's side, man? Can't do it with gloves on. Hey, fuck off. Remember being here when I was a kid, and my dad took me for a walk around this lake or puddle hole, and in that time they had way bigger trees than they have now. Well, just to give you an example, way bigger trees. This is one of the big trees that was down here, but they cut them down because they had diseases, and they started to break in winds and stuff, and was dangerous. But I had a lot of fun here as a kid. Okay, I'm going to cut this one off. Hope you enjoyed it. And watch out for those karate ducks and swans, and just chop your arm right off. Don't forget to hit the like button, because I know you like it, and subscribe if you haven't. I definitely hope you enjoyed it. I'm gonna piss off now. See everybody later. Bye bye. Bye bye.